Hi guys, back for another review. Today I'm just going to do a very short discussion of Alexander Solzhenitsyn's For the Good of the Cause. Solzhenitsyn is one of my favorite authors, perhaps my favorite 20th century writer. Who would I set alongside of him? Nabokov, maybe? I think Solzhenitsyn's probably the greater writer. But anyway, For the Good of the Cause stands outside of the monumental works of Solzhenitsyn, against which it's kind of like looking at Beethoven's Ninth Symphony and looking at and comparing it with a piano sonata. You know, Beethoven wrote many beautiful sonatas, but they are not the Ninth Symphony. Or even, I would say, his greatest works, the piano concertos. Anyway, so For the Good of the Cause is a minor work. It's a novella. And Solzhenitsyn, of course, is very famous for writing incredibly long, ponderous works. And this is like a piano sonata compared to a symphony. And basically what it's about is the bureaucratic nonsense, the bureaucratic bungling, self-interest, hypocrisy surrounding a school. So basically what the background is that the students and faculty and staff of a technical school in Russia spent the summer building a new school for themselves. They were super excited. It was going to give them all the space they'd need for their work with electricity and all that stuff. It's basically engineering school, which is part of Solzhenitsyn's background. He was a math and science guy. Anyway, but in the end, what happens is that a bureaucrat takes the school from them. And the students and staff literally built the school themselves. And they were super excited. It was just on the verge of being finished, the verge of being opened for a new school year. And another higher up bureaucrat in the party just takes it from them and says that it's going to be used for another purpose. So there you have it. And I think that in Canada and the US, we can relate to stuff like that. Like that is something we would consider an evil, you know, and we would see it fought out in the news, that, you know, and you'd write to your member of parliament or your member of the provincial parliament and tell them why that this thing was wrong or whatnot. And there'd be a bit debate about it, like were these resources used properly or in the best way? Was this fair? You know, there might be lawsuits and so on. That's something that we can relate to. Obviously, that's something that the Soviet Union, like any country, experienced. There's finite resources, only so much money and resources to go around. I mean, every state, every government, every nation has to put up with stuff like that. I mean, it's a story that we can relate to. The problem is, it's written by an author who is almost larger than life. When we think of Solzhenitsyn and his great works in The First Circle, Cancer Ward, One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich, and of course Gulag Archipelago, against these massive and monumental works, For the Good of the Cause is, as I say, something we can almost forget about. Now, by another author, you know, it'd be good enough work. If I wrote it, I'd be very proud of it. But this is Solzhenitsyn, and it's almost like a scribbling by Picasso or something. So read it, if you want to. It's an interesting snapshot of life in 1960s Russia, and that's all I can say, you know. But of course, if you're only going to read one book by Solzhenitsyn, read One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich, if you want a shorter read, or one of the larger works in The First Circle, Cancer Ward, or whatever. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day and enjoying this beautiful winter and chance to catch up on your reading. Bye now.